16 of Adventurers Wanted. Yay! Woo! This is Adventurers Wanted Rebellion. It's the second Edinburgh Fringe show we've done, and we do a show where every hour we tell the next chapter in an ongoing D&D campaign. So you are coming into this story very much in the story, so we'll catch you up to where we're up to, but if anything in the story jumps out at you as an I don't understand what that is or that reference, please say something, let us know. We're very happy to explain as we go along. Don't want to be in the dark. Speaking of which, this hour's performance is not strictly a relaxed performance, as there may be some loud, sudden sound effects as part of the show, but in all other ways, like that, but in all other ways, we do try and maintain a relaxed performance attitude. That means there's a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of anyone who have difficulty being still or silent for the hour. And the lighting will stay exactly the same. There's been no changes there. And if you need to take a break for any reason, you can head out the door you came in and come back in any time during the hour. And if you need help during the show with anything, our stage manager, Nemo, is over there. There's Nemo waving. And they will happily help you in any way with anything that you need. Give them a wave, catch their arrow, just head straight over. That's absolutely fine. So, what are we doing? We are playing Dungeons & Dragons. For those of you who don't know what that is, we are playing an interactive tabletop role-playing game. The four people to my left and right are playing characters in a shared universe, and I am playing the rest of said universe. Everything they encounter, everyone they meet, everything that happens, I will be narrating with them to collaboratively tell a story. At this point, they are climbing up the side of a mountain to free an air elemental that was trapped up here by a group of sorcerers who live in a fortress at the base of said mountain. Is that all fine so far? Good. The sorcerers, they are trying to get on side to help them with a rebellion against a cult that took over their country of Deriland. They have managed to free some dwarves who needed some assistance, and they've managed to free some elves who needed some assistance, and these sorcerers are the final piece in the puzzle to start bringing the rebellion to the masses. So they desperately need this to work. However, they're halfway up a mountain, and some of them are not very good at climbing, so it's been a fun couple of hours. When we rejoin this story, we have one character hanging on a rope between where other characters are holding them over a precipice. So, let's go around and introduce all of the players, and then we'll get back into the action, starting with you, Oz.
Hi, my name is Oz, and I'm going to be playing Shelby. He is a slightly wizened turtle bard, turtle being like a big humanoid turtle person. He is a terrible singer, but a fine fortune teller.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I'm James, and I'm playing Gregor Bloodgrip, the dwarf barbarian with the unhealthy fascination with stone.
This has been conclusively established.
Who likes to smash things and set barrels of ore on fire to mixed success.
There we go.
My name's Catherine. I'm playing Dottie Halffire, a dragonborn. Basically, Molly Weasley, if Molly Weasley was turned into a dragon and didn't realise she'd been turned into a dragon, my hobbies include baking, needlework, establishing a postal system within this universe so that I can send hand-painted postcards.
It's going to happen.
And aggressively making friends.
This has been an ongoing plot point. Go on.
Hour 95, it'll happen. Just you wait.
Chris, go for it.
I'm Christopher. I'm Rignog Thragnorn, the Varian ASMR paladin that is completely insane. He has a strange obsession with playing recorders with his nose, and he makes references to things that don't exist.
He is an Asimar out of time, presumably from a world something like this, considering his reference points, but, you know, there we go. I should have mentioned as well as we go around, what pronouns does everyone prefer?
I am a he.
Thank you. He. Thank you.
She, her.
Thank you.
He, him.
Lovely. All good. So, halfway up a mountain, Shelby is currently hanging off a rope.
No.
On one side, these two, Gregor and Dottie, are holding that rope tight. On the other, Simon, a human NPC, who is also the leader of the town where they're all from, is helping Ragnog with the rope, and you are all currently holding it tight as Shelby tries to make his way across. Because Shelby is a humanoid turtle, he weighs upwards of 400 pounds, gigantic as a shell, so big. So they're going to have to make a second athletics check to survive this moment. One of you two roll an athletics check with advantage. It's up to you who does it.
It's out of universe plus 6.
It's not bad.
But I've been rolling garbage, so let's see how
Roll with
this
advantage.
goes.
What we got?
That's good. 23.
23. You guys hold tight at your end.
Cracking.
Adam, just roll with
What a
advantage,
strong
please.
young man.
Thanks. I am
Oh,
strong.
it's not a good start. Another one.
1,
Oh God, what was the highest number?
2.
2. What's your athletics modifier?
Athletics.
And your skills.
5.
Okay.
It's okay, you're going to swing towards us.
So as you're holding this rope, do you like just seeing that she's interested? Do you just pull up the arm a bit just to?
Oh,
So much interested as just admiring a nice
That's right.
bulging bicep.
The tattoos go all the way up. Yeah.
Oi, there we go.
As you hear me go, ah!
Ragnar,
we should-
unfortunately, as you're trying to hold tight, the rope slips out of your hands, slides past you, and swings down the side. With Shelby still attached to it, you are swinging down the side. There we go! Bit of Wilhelm. About time. You are swinging on the side of this mountain, being held up by these two. The weight on your arms has suddenly increased dramatically. Shelby, what would you like to do?
I would like to hold. Hang on. I would like to hold on for a short amount of time to see if they manage to keep me and pull me up. If
see.
they fail to do that, I'd like to. If I suddenly start to fall,
Yes.
I'd like to try and grab hold of the mountain itself.
Okay. You are roughly 180 feet up,
Yeah,
so
what-
we're aware.
what
And
could
it's
go wrong?
basically a straight fall down to just outside the Sorcerer's Temple. Yeah. Do you look down?
No. But however,
You close your eyes tight and don't look at the yawning abyss beneath you.
no,
Fine.
my head goes.
Yes.
Very good. Right, you two. I need a pure strength check from both of you to maintain your grip as the weight on this rope suddenly effectively doubles.
Are we rolling with advantage?
No.
Can I rage while I do it?
No! Fine, I'll let you rage.
I'm angry at him.
Okay.
Me? I'm so.
You lost the rope, I'm afraid.
That's good. Yeah, 21.
21 and a
We're on nat 20.
nat 20. You two managed to hold on, and you are not falling any further at the moment. What would you like to do?
I would like to try and clamber up the rope.
Make an athletics check to climb up the rope.
20.
Everyone's rolling so high. You manage to clamber your way up, and you are now level with the path, and you can very easily pull yourself up onto the said path, and you are out of danger.
You can see in the cold air, in the frost, that my breath is.
They can't see your breath. Your head is inside your shell.
It's just coming out. So it's not,
Oh no! He's been decapitated. Intelligence
We
obtained.
we need to help. We need to help.
and
Where's-
it just comes out and it's like glaring across the other side of the thing.
He's alive.
The three of you are now on one side of this split in the path you're trying to cross. However, Ragnar, Simon, and his brother Alf, who is one of the sorcerers, are still on the far side.
How do you want to get across now?
He's having a quick snack while he thinks about it.
I say, I call a raven. I call a bird again. Birds, are there any friendly birds?
Can you make a survival check first to see if there are any more friendly birds?
20. And
Roll nat 20. Okay. As you look around, you can see in the
21.
distance various small shapes that look a bit like birds on the horizon. You could probably call to them. There they are.
I say, oops.
What did you roll on the charisma check?
Well, I didn't say anything, so does it count?
Yes, it does.
Darn it. Okay, I got a
Let's
3.
have some rules, Lauren. Come on.
I got a
3,
7.
so a 7.
Yeah.
So what do you say in bird tongue? He can speak to animals. What do you say in bird tongue to try and speak to them? As a bird.
Please tell. Oh wait, as a bird?
Yeah. You try to, but
Yes.
it's too high pitched. You can't quite
Yes.
get it out. Well, they don't hear you because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yep. You've tried to talk to birds and you haven't managed to do so.
Can I roll again? And,
No.
like, try to convince them again. Darn
No.
it.
Once you roll, you roll.
Yes. Okay.
Behind you, Alf is looking at the situation, going. I mean, we could. With my magic, if I cast a spell, I can summon wind around me to move me forward. I can move 5 feet in a round. So I should be able, with a running jump, to be able to get across. If you tie a rope around me, I could then potentially create a second rope bridge.
Can they throw the rope to us?
Yeah, I was about to.
Yeah.
We have rope as well. There's rope on this side and rope on that side. You both have rope, because you all took rope with you when you were slowly climbing up. Very sensibly.
But can they throw like the rope tied to the
rock on the side.
Yeah.
Over to them.
You could try and throw another rope back, like you did last time. I've no problem with that.
Now I'd bundle up the rope. Are you any good at throwing, or shall I do it?
I aggressively throw things. I'm not great at aiming.
Okay. I'll bundle up the rope. I'll tie a couple of knots in the end to make it a bit heavier in this whole thing, and use that to kind of shot put it as best I can across the thing.
You want to shot put the rope and throw the whole thing?
We need to get 10 feet across.
I thought we were just throwing the end.
Yeah, we just need to get 10 feet across. So, like, I'm tying a thing in the end so I have something to hold well, and then.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, then, yeah, make a ranged attack roll, please.
Rope!
Good
20.
grief! The rope is thrown across, and you can easily catch it as it's thrown across. So you now have a rope strung across again, with 3 on one side and you 3 on the other side, holding it tight.
Strange friend, why didn't you come across?
I say, no, humans go.
Humans go, okay.
Okay, Simon will happily have a go going across. Can you roll, just one of you with advantage is fine, the athletics check, and same for you again.
Well,
A 4.
21.
With advantage, that was a 4.
So, man, 11
Plus
athletics, right?
Yes.
So 16.
16.
21.
Yeah. Simon very innameably manages to get across. Let's do another one for Alf as well. No advantage this time because you're on your own.
19.
19. Just one roll. Plus 7
6.
plus. That's a 7.
Oh, it's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
Okay.
That's a 7. So
I
7
was
plus
really
5 for your
scared.
athletics is 12. So you again manage to hold the rope as Alf goes across as well. So it's just you left on this far side now.
I say,
Hi.
I yell across. I want to do an Indiana Jones.
I don't know what that is.
You said this last time. You said it was a theatre thing.
I don't think any of us have the same cultural reference points as you, man.
What's a culture reference point?
Doesn't matter. What do you want to do?
So I grab the rope and I jump across with the rope in my hands.
Okay. You jump across with the rope in your hands. Can you make an athletics check for me, please?
Natural 20.
Oh, damn! Oh, the disappointment. Not one of us has died. That's... Oh. That's...
Can you make an athletics check with advantage, please, to hold on to the rope?
So that would be a 7.
Thanks. But it's still tied to the rock, right?
No. It just fell off the rock. We established that you take a running jump, holding the rope, and you have a wonderful swing across. However, as you swing across and the weight shifts, he doesn't manage to keep hold of the rope, just starts coming out of his hands, and you are now swinging wildly around the side of said mountain. The rope is fed out by about 30 feet, so you're hanging about 30 feet down, and the rope is currently uncoiling and raveling all around. Does anyone try and grab the rope?
I'm letting go. I failed at the rope.
You
so
failed.
I
You've let go. You're trying to grab the rope.
You're in between me and the rope, and it's very thin, so I think you would probably be the only one who could try and grab it.
Sure, why not?
Roll a dexterity saving throw to grab the rope.
That would be a 3 in total.
Yeah.
We have our first character death.
Right. The rope is snaking past your feet, and you go, I should get... As the end just goes through.
I yell.
Now to pull him to
Wait.
safe.
So how fast is the fall? Can I yell? Are the birds still there?
Yes.
Okay, so I yell,
Save me, birds!
birds, please help me.
I need a charisma check from you, please.
12 plus...
16.
Yeah, 16.
Cool. As you swing, because you leapt and because you are swinging and the rope still has some tension when you are swinging, it's not like you are literally just straight falling. You are currently swinging out wildly because you want to do Indiana Jones stuff. And as you swing out wildly, the rope is just flying out and you basically leapt off at an angle, and are now leaping through the air, realizing there is nothing stopping you from falling about 180 feet to the ground. As you go, you start screeching as a bird. Brilliant.
Yep.
And as you do that, a couple of crows see you and see that you need help and start flying towards you. But they're crows! One tries to grab the rope. And it is too light and you are too heavy. It tries to grab the rope as you fall down, but you are still falling through the air. Is there anything you'd like to do as you fall through the air? Anything you can do to save yourself?
Wait. I think I have a spell that might help me. I'm not too sure.
One would hope so.
So I'm not too sure about Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith would increase your armor class by 2. That will not save you.
Okay. So,
We're not
right as I
jumping off
hit the ground, can I cast Cure Wounds?
No.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Oh no, my broken bodies! I'm fine! No.
Darn it.
If you survive the initial impact, you could cure wounds on yourself if you're still alive. I'm totally game for that, if that's what you want to do. Do you have anything else you could use? Would you like me to look at it for you and maybe see if there's anything
Ensnaring
in there?
Strike help me at all?
You don't happen to have wings, do you?
He has Ensnaring Strike, though.
What does that do? Does that pull someone off with him?
No, it
it's
ensnares
a,
him.
it's a, like a vibe.
Also,
Yeah.
pull someone off with him. No. Ensnaring Strike. Let's have a look.
The best part of the game is the rules.
Okay. I need you to roll an intelligence check to work this one out because it's kind of rule story, but I like it.
What?
You roll a 1.
Is it crit fail?
5.
What's your intelligence modifier?
+1.
You don't think you can work this one out, I'm sorry. Would you like me to roll the damage for impact? Or would you like to make this a final moment and gesture? It's entirely up to you.
Damage for impact so we can cast Cure Wounds.
I don't think...
I'm not.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I don't have cure wounds.
I do.
And we're 180 feet
You
up
won't
on
be able
my...
to do that when you're dead, is my concern.
You are 180 feet up. That means that I am rolling 18 six-sided dice.
Does it help that my hit point maximum is 32 and my armor class is 16?
The armor class won't help from impact
Okay.
damage, but 32 is interesting, so it must have come in overall.
If he rolls all 2s, you're dead. That's
The
how
question
little
is
he
whether
has to
he's
roll.
dead and gone forever. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So
I need
just
to
do
roll
that
18
twice.
through this twice. Thank you. What was that? 1, 6, 7.
You're gone.
No, 8. 1, 6, 8, 10, 15, 17, 18, 21, 22.
For the record, 22 is my maximum hit point. That would just make me find paste on the floor.
No, leave you unconscious at this point. 22, 28, 34, 36, 42, 44,
Oh god.
47,
Stop! He's already
48,
dead!
51.
At this
Oh, and
point,
5.
I would go down.
56 points of damage. 56 points of damage. Where does that put you?
Shelby?
Probably about negative 12.
Negative 12.
Yeah.
So you've not exceeded your hit points underneath your hit points, if you will.
So wait, 56 minus
30 odd.
32.
What happens?
You say it's fine, but...
You fall.
Is a pulpy
You
mess.
fall a very, very long
Right.
way, and you impact.
Oh, 24.
24.
Negative 24.
But that's not your. It's not your maximum on top again. Because if you take a number of hit points of damage that covers your maximum hit points plus the maximum again.
Okay, so
you
negative
are
32
insta-death
would kill
and
me.
out. Negative 32 would kill you, but you are
Okay.
not. You fall. You guys don't see this. You see him disappear into the mists.
Well,
You impact, screaming, on the ground at the base of this cliff, right by where the Sorcerer's Temple is. But your screaming and your shouting was loud. People heard, people saw, and they will come to your aid. You will not be completely dead, but you'll probably be very badly hurt. You guys can all very fairly assume that he is dead.
Do we hear screaming and then silence?
Yeah.
Well, best not to dwell on the past. Let's. His body is returned to the stone from whence it came. I think we can all agree that's how we all would have wanted to go.
Would we all like to say a few words for our fallen companion before prioritising the fact we probably have less than an hour to climb this very treacherous mountain?
My friend, and I use friend in quotation marks, you are very strange. And I hope that whatever world you end up in is just as strange as you.
Are there any weeds or any foliage on the side of the mountain?
Yeah, some reeds grow through cracks in the rock.
I pull some out, tie them together like a little bouquet, and throw it off the side of the mountain.
The bouquet also just...
We should probably continue.
I never knew your name and I didn't much care for you. And you're dead now.
Well, we all knew the risks.
That's it.
Let's move on.
I would hope
So,
that everyone would leave me.
Hopefully he's fallen
So
near the sorceress.
after I recover, can I like send a
It's
message?
going to take quite some time.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll come back to
180
it.
foot drop.
Like, what if I
You
like?
are, I mean, to put it this way, you are what we would describe in human terms as been hit by a bus. You'll be fine, but it'll take some time.
What if I like had cure? Like, can
You're
I
unconscious,
cast cure
man.
wounds?
You're unconscious, man.
Okay. Darn it.
Okay. Can we continue up the mountain?
Yes, we can. I am continuing.
We'll continue forward. Can you all roll me one more dexterity saving throw as you go past the final switchback?
15.
20.
15.
You're all fine. You manage to surround the
That's
final
fine,
switchback
okay.
and are now getting up to the very top of this mountain. The cliff face evens out, and as it evens out, you are very much at the precipice. There is no peak to this mountain. It's not a plateau per se, but the very top of it is just sort of a collection of rocks and boulders, and it's snow covered to a very high degree, but you are very much at the top of the mountain.
Can anybody detect any magical things? Are they able to do that? Can you do that?
I can.
Oh, the sorcerer.
Yeah, unless you want to.
I don't. You know, honestly, I'm in a bit of a fuddle, so you'd probably better take it from me.
Okay. Alf, his eyes glaze over with a sort of light blue light. He looks around,
Crack it.
and he sort of blinks a bit, and... Okay, the entire top of this mountain is glowing. This whole thing looks magic.
Can I mine a bit?
Sure.
Just to see if there's ore.
As you dig down, you do see some of the magical ore that has been a plot point throughout the entire show,
Yes.
and may be important!
I called it last hour.
It is an ore they were forced to mine out of the ground by the cult. There's clearly something special going on with this ore. Right, yes, the entire top of this mountain appears to be covered in the ore.
Well,
Which is glowing, as you dig down, it's glowing like as if it's been magically charged. Which means that if you tap it, it explodes.
Don't tap it.
thanks for the advice.
Let's put it back so it doesn't hurt anybody.
The entire top of this mountain is ore.
Just cover it up.
With snow. Okay.
So, what do we want to do then?
Well, it explodes, and I like to light fires.
If we
If we-
explode the mountain, will the elemental have to go home?
I think
If we
this is
explode the
what's
mountain,
keeping
there
it
might be
here.
bigger problems.
Yes, I agree.
I would imagine that whatever it is that brought it here is still here, and whatever this ore is that you guys seem to know so much about is probably enhancing that effect. I don't know.
Let's investigate to see who brought the elemental here.
And
That
then-
seems a logical next move.
And then we blow up the mountain.
You know what? Let's put a pin in that thought and file it at the back of the priorities.
If we blow up the mountain, that will destroy
The stone.
the stone.
All that beautiful
No,
stone
it'll
gone to
just
waste.
create new and interesting shades.
No.
More hand
Can I try to
bite-sized chunks, if you
persuade?
like.
Yes, you may. Of course.
Okay.
No! That's a 5 on persuading you.
Would you like to be persuaded of this?
So
you rolled a 5.
I'll leave it up to the dice gods.
Okay, insight, please.
Yeah,
You see through her.
I see through you.
She's trying to persuade you of something.
I'm just trying to keep us all safe and happy so that we can get back to our mission.
Our mission's to free the air elemental.
Well,
You can
why?
investigate the top of
Let's
the mountain and see what else
investigate.
is going on up here.
Investigate.
Yeah, roll investigation checks, please.
I mean,
Oh no!
And it's stone.
All
Do I
those
get
good
that plus
rules from earlier have gone.
our wider thing is to save the people, and if we blow up the mountain, they will all die.
And there will be no one. There'll be
Investigation
no one.
checks, please.
17.
17.
4.
4. 3.
I investigate all the stone.
As the two of you start pottering around, this is not your element. It is cold, it is windy, it is very unpleasant, and you're struggling
still,
to...
Still trying to catch snowflakes.
There's no snowflakes. You're probably still a bit emotionally scarred by watching someone fall 180 feet. So
Oh,
that's
God.
there too. But Gregor, this is your element. You're in the mountains. This is what you like. And as you move around the top of this mountain and the various rocks around it, you start to realize that the rocks seem to be in a formation. It's hard to see because they're covered in snow. But if you start maybe cleaning some of them up or making some room, you might be able to see what's happening at the stone level, not the snow level.
Okay. Yeah, I'll anyone have a broom?
Listen, in the first game, I did have a broom. Because
That's
I was
why I said
sweeping.
You have a broom.
Would you mind terribly if I were to... I don't want to make you do it unless you don't want to. But do you mind if I...
I'll do it. I'll help.
Are you sure? Thank you, that would be lovely.
Dottie sweeps the top of the mountain. As the snow is swept aside, standing stones are uncovered. They are in a circular formation around the top of the mountain, with a single central stone that, as you look at it, appears to be made of the ore.
Right. Well,
Alf is walking around making very intent and magical noises in it.
I'd like to imitate it.
I would like to go up to this central thing. I do have some level of just knowledge of magic, being a bard, having some sort of
Roll
half
an
magic.
Arcana check. That's what they are for.
It is a rock.
It's magic rock. Magic rock.
Magic rock.
It's glowing with a faint blue light.
Maybe we can. I know I've got nothing.
Alf walks up next to you. I don't know, but I think that whatever this strange ore, I don't think it's native. I think it's been added.
So it doesn't come from here. It's been added to the mountain.
One of these stones is not like the other.
Yeah, basically, yeah. If I had to guess, I would say that it looks like it's been grown into the land. Like maybe if during the calamity there was some kind of effect on the earth, it may have been growing out of the earth, and it may have infected something that was already here.
Like an infestation.
Yeah.
I don't know, my only thought is that if we disrupt the stone pattern, will not do anything. Or will I just not be able to?
Roll an Arcana check.
10.
10. It's pretty logical to assume, and very fair to assume, that whatever pattern is being formed by these stones is creating a magical effect. That's a very fair assumption. I'll allow you that. So yes, moving the stones would presumably change the effect.
Attempt to move them.
Sure, make an athletics check to
With
move a gigantic
my
standing stone.
broom.
I mean, we're talking quite big. We're talking
Oh
about my height and
gosh,
size.
okay.
Would you like some help
How did I
there?
uncover that with a broom?
Took you a while. Think of it more as there was snow covering this entire area and they looked like natural rock formations, but as you cleaned up, you realised that.
So I'm gonna try.
Would you
and-
like some help pushing that?
Yes, I would,
Okay, try and
friend.
push it over.
Um,
You've been offered help. You can roll it again.
Cool. That was way worse the second time. I got 14.
14. You put your back against the stone and start pushing it, and with Shelby's help, who is also quite weighty, so he's able to put quite a lot of weight on it.
Let's go, friend.
The stone starts to shift over slightly, but you haven't managed to knock it over completely yet. As you push against the stone, Alpha is still looking at the thing in the middle. He says, wait. The blue light around the central one, as you push the stone, started to glow even brighter.
Oh no.
Does anyone else hear ominous music?
Is anyone else sitting at a table rolling dice? Come on, man, of course you do.
Could I use my stone cunning to see how the central pillar could have got there and how long ago? Just to see...
Of course, please do.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that these stones
7.
were arranged to trap something.
7.
7 total.
Yeah, only 7.
You can tell from a 7 that the ore that makes up most of the central stone has grown into it from the ground up. The central stone wasn't made of ore originally.
So if we chip some of it away, we can reveal the true stone beneath.
In our hearts.
I thought you said it would explode if we did that.
Also that. That's why I want to do it. I hoped you wouldn't pick up on that.
This is
So-
the dwarf agenda, is it?
I like blowing up this ore. I was forced to mine it for 5 years. So are you. I'm surprised you're not wanting to do it.
It's also,
I have quite
Simon's
a-
there with you, it's also of value to the cultists. The cultists want the ore.
I
Like,
have quite a surprisingly pleasant temperament, and so...
I have a short thing about what will happen if you do that. Everyone will die.
I like those odds.
Just everyone will die.
Aye.
There's no odds there. It's a certainty. If pushing it is going to light up the thing, is that a bad thing? Is that it turning off? If it lights up more... No, obviously it's not. And we
roll an
don't...
Arcana check to have a think about that.
Can I do that?
No, I
I
can't.
also
You can't all roll the same check with different answers. No, he can.
5.
5. I mean, the magic on it seemed to get more magic-y when you moved the other rock. So maybe that means that more magic's going into the stone. Maybe it means more magic's going out of the stone. Because magic.
What?
You rolled a 5.
What about the other stones around here?
They are all standing stones with no glow around them at all.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You weren't allowed to roll it. You rolled it on your own free will.
I would have rolled a 2. So.
Any suggestions?
I would like to try, and this might just do nothing. I would like to try and detect thoughts once more, focusing on the stone and underneath the stone, because I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay. You detect thoughts in the area. As you do detect a consciousness in the stone. Now, it doesn't appear to have any kind of rational thought, because it appears to be dormant, but there is something in the stone as well.
My wish came true.
A stone wife.
Now,
How is that the laugh? The biggest laugh so far.
I can sense a presence in the stone itself. I'm slightly worried that
Can we communicate with it? Offer it a song, a tune.
hello stone.
Do you...
Oh,
I just finish out.
Elf goes, hang on, and starts speaking in primordial again. And as he speaks at the stone, there is no reaction from it, but the air around you again starts to thicken with cloud-like formations, and the air elemental is now floating above you again and is looking at this situation.
Can you communicate to this elemental that
Yeah.
we would very much like to free it? Does it know what is in this stone? I am worried that the thing that took the ancient god away is this. I'm worried that if we move the stone, it'll release the very thing we've been fighting against. But this is me making something up. I have no other idea. Do you know any other powerful creature that disappeared?
Alf looks up at the elemental and communicates with it, and then comes back and goes, "It doesn't know, but it feels very strongly akin to the item itself. It feels very strongly like it is part of this rock, and this rock is part of it."
As in the element.
Yes.
Well, maybe that's what it is, and maybe it's
Maybe it's a prison.
prison. Yes. Maybe for the as in the elementals, like there's a part of it there. Or do you mean that there's an earth elemental inside it, or something like that?
It doesn't know.
Well, I know what we have to do. If we want to
Get it out.
Blow up the mountain.
Whoa.
We keep
You
coming
have
back to
10
it.
minutes of real time to work this one out and deal with it, peeps.
Are you able to like?
Is there a controlled explosion?
There's no such thing.
Because I feel like that's not a good solution.
If we light the fuse and run,
Down the mountain which nearly killed us by running up it.
Can you roll intelligence check?
Yep. 10.
10. This standing stone could be moved.
Let's move the stones.
The center one could be taken out of the ground.
All of us together. Maybe we could remove it from the ground,
and take it with us.
and we could put it in the middle of our village and go, look at this lovely stone. I don't know how we'll get it down the mountain, but
They explode, though. I'd be very worried that taking it out would cause like a flint reaction to.
We could ask the elemental to pick this stone up. It is very strong. I mean, it is.
oh yes, maybe
It could
that.
maybe remove it from the ground, but that might destroy it or whatever is inside it. We don't know. But
Well-
since none of us are strong enough to pull it out by ourselves, maybe that's the best option. Maybe we get the elemental to pull this stone out of the ground and just see what happens.
Aye.
If we're meant to be saving everybody down there, then it's the thing we have to do.
Let's
feels like-
all join in together with the community.
As in, we all try and
Well,
lift it.
yes.
Although, at the same time, maybe releasing a consciousness that's trapped within this orb is a bad plan. After, the calamity and all.
However, it is a plan. And we don't have an abundance of those.
I have
So
a perfectly
I
good plan.
Really
It's been
suggest-
vetoed many times.
Because it's not a plan, it's a suicide mission.
I'm down with pulling it out and just seeing what happens and then reacting to that. Even if the worst should happen.
The elemental also wants to help with this, so maybe this is the best option.
Let's go!
You all roll
lean
together.
down. Yep.
Cool.
I lean down and try.
Strength?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Very athletic mission for some reason.
15.
15?
15.
15? 17. And the elemental. Well, it is very strong. Working together, you all try and lift. And the entire glowing standing stone is pulled out of the ground. However, as it is torn from the ground and rises above you, you do note the magic on it is starting to glow. Brighter, brighter.
I've got a bad feeling about
The elemental pulls it up and pulls it straight up into the air. And as it pulls it straight up into the air, I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Can I use my danger sense this time?
Yes.
Yeah!
I'm going to imagine I'm playing.
Sorry.
Yay.
Fell off.
I got 13.
13. 8.
20!
20! Excellent.
Rolling a lot of dice.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
As it is pulled out, the ore in it starts to glow. And as it glows, as it flies straight up in the air, the ore ignites.
No one listens to the dwarf when it comes to stone.
You got what you wanted.
It's like you got
We
your
were
wish
supposed to be
after all.
off the mountain and running away.
As it ignites, There is a very large explosion.
Wouldn't we all?
The explosion knocks you all back. It is not an explosion of fire like it normally is with these things. It is an explosion of just pure force, as you are all pushed back and away. As you're all pushed back and away and the smoke and dust starts to clear, in the air, the pieces where this was are still being held in place by the elemental. And inside this rock is a small blue gem. You watch as the gem floating in midair seems to glow brightly as the air around it seems to be sucked into it, and then it vanishes, and the stone just clatters to the ground around you. Luckily, it was called out of the mountain and didn't ignite the entire top of the mountain. However, 8.
Oh.
25 points of damage. What did you roll? Your dex saving throw? 13, 25 points of damage. And
how far
Gregor,
back?
what did you roll?
20.
20, half that, so 13.
How far back am I thrown unconsciously towards the cliff edge?
10 feet, but the cliff edge is way away.
Oh, okay. I am on. Basically, it slams straight into me, and I just collapse to the floor.
Okay. What hit point count are you at?
Oh no.
Are you up? Is the main question.
I took damage earlier from touching that caterpillar, so...
You did. 25, you'll be fine.
25
Yeah.
plus...
We had a short
6
rest after that.
from
though.
6. Did we have a short rest?
I did.
So I'm at my maximum, so I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious. These two are unconscious. You're still alive. What are you doing?
What about our NPCs
Um,
and the air elemental? Did that?
the elemental's disappeared.
Oh, good for him.
The NPCs are picking themselves off the ground, dusting themselves off, and are absolutely fine. Rolled very well.
Might the druid? Yes, I would like to stabilize the druid first,
Okay.
because, quite frankly, I'm afraid that if I try and stabilize the turtle first, I don't know the anatomy.
Sure, totally fair.
So
You probably can't see most of it. There's a
Yeah.
shell.
I should
Yeah,
say
so-
I'm a
so-
dragon, so...
well, humanoid. You can just cure wounds.
Run over
That's
and
true.
roll me a medicine check. 18. You stabilize the druid. She's still at 0 hit
This
points.
child will live.
She's not awake.
Oh, you're at
She's
0.
just
I'm about
stabilized.
46, love.
Balls.
Death saving throw, please. Oh!
I rolled a 1
Oh!
to stop myself dying further.
Unfortunately, you failed 2 death saving throws.
Yes.
I'd like to try and save him.
Please roll a medicine check.
Am I awake?
Oz, if you
No.
die again, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
No, you're at 0. You're unconscious. Can I get some help?
You
from
can absolutely
one
get
of
help
the-
from one of the NPCs if
Yeah.
you like. Sure. Roll with advantage.
Do any of them actually have healing potions first? No.
I have heal wounds, but I am asleep.
I'm afraid you're unconscious. Yeah.
I'm having a lovely dream. I'm baking a cake but I'm asleep.
This child will live!
You also stabilize Shelby.
I am a god. I give life.
Please don't take it away.
It looks like the elemental has been freed. And you haven't blown up the top of the mountain.
But we have nearly died.
In fact, the only person awake is Gregor, so Gregor, what you see, the wind that was howling around the peak is gone. It's a clear day. It is still cold.
Is the snow still falling?
The snow is no longer falling. But the snow that is there, it's not like suddenly, there is no snow! No, there's still snow there, but there's no more being added to it.
Right.
It's more like the weather has calmed. And you can see for miles, and you can see all the way back down to Holmwood, and beyond that to the capital Goldcrest, and it looks like this will now fade out. And the sorcerers will probably be on side. And Goldcrest just winks on the horizon, capital city, full of cultists, and you guys now have an army. And we end it there. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you ever so much for joining us, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just all of them recovering, just in
Full
bed.
body
I think
cast.
everyone's recovering. There is no question that everyone is recovering at this point. How they get back down the mountain, a mystery for the ages.
We wait a bit.
I'm just
Wait.
imagining the scene. It's got the paladin
Yeah.
in the sorcerer's thing, covered in like
Bandages.
bandages everywhere, with his arms up like that. The last bit is just, it focuses on his eyes as they flick open and then goes to black.
Love it. Great. We'll do that. Anyway, guys, do feel free
It's
to join
just
us.
like Star Wars, guys.
Exactly. Do feel free to join us at other points during the festival. That's it for us today. We'll be back at 10:30 tomorrow and every other day until the bitter, bitter end for the next 100 hours. You can buy tickets at the box office, at the front here, or at Sweet Venues, or at the Ed Fringe website at fringe.com. If you want to watch but can't be here in person, that's totally fine. We have a Twitch stream going to that webcam up there. So you go to twitch.tv/adventurerswanted. You can keep going there. If that's all a bit technical, you don't know how that works, that's fine. We also have a Twitter account where the story is being told live by our wonderful stage managers as they go through the day, so you can keep up on that like an interactive novel if you want to. Otherwise, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're Adventurers250 or Adventurers Wanted. Please like, share, join, social media words. And if you want to get involved in what we do, we also have a Patreon, which is again at Adventurers Wanted, where you can patronise us and help us with some lovely rewards. That is the word, I know, weird. Where you can help us out with what we're doing, running marathon events like this and other D&D events to spread the word about what we do. Thank you again to my lovely players for their attendance and their lovely character work throughout the hour. I'd like to give everyone a chance to have a quick shout out for what they do, what they are currently plugging or promoting before we end. Anything you want to add?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm also a poet. If you're interested in performance poetry, I have a Facebook, Catherine Wilson Poetry, and you can also find my Twitter through these guys' Twitter. I'm also a regular player in the show, so
Yeah.
come back and I'll be here again.
Yes, you will.
If you like Dottie in particular.
Yes.
My name is Oz, and I am on a journey to help people level up at their ability to do games mastering, which is what Chris was doing today. I'll soon be creating short 5-minute lessons on YouTube, as well as doing live role-playing games on Twitch. You can find me on twitch.tv, youtube.com, and twitter.com under the username OzMills, and I have a few business cards here if you'd like to pick up stuff for that. My focus is generally on community building, diversity, and personal improvement.
Awesome. If you enjoyed this hour, or you enjoy tabletop role-playing games in general, there is a festival?
Yep.
Convention. That's the word. Festival. Not Glastonbury. There's a convention on the first weekend of September, the 1st and 2nd, in Perth, in the Jurors Centre. And I think it's free to get in, but tickets for exhibitions and all sorts of actual, you can play and do stuff. Geek words.
There we go. Geek words.
Geek words. There we go.
Cool. With that, thank you ever so much, guys, for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.